my name is Brian Knight and I serve as the principal at Southport High School. Thank you for joining us for this program. We're going to begin with a special message from Governor Holcomb, followed with messages from our valedictorian Isabel Turner and our salutatorian Maya Schusler.
Hello, class of 2020. I'm Governor Eric Holcomb. I don't have to tell you, this year hasn't been typical. You've lived it. You've been working toward this day for years, and you were looking forward to graduation ceremonies that look a lot different. But I'm proud, and you should be too, of the way you've adapted and met the challenges COVID-19 has thrown our way. And your accomplishments and hard work deserve to be recognized. If you're looking for a word of advice, remember what Lincoln said. Whatever you are, be a good one. You have unique abilities, and wherever your future takes you, hopefully here in Indiana, I know you'll put them to use, and your hard work will pay off. As you continue your education, or join the military, or step into the career you've chosen, I'm confident you'll make Indiana and our world a better place. Congrats, grads.
I never thought that I would be giving my commencement speech to a camera. This is definitely not the situation that I was expecting, or I think any of us were envisioning when we first walked into Southport High School 4 years ago. Never thought I'd be graduating virtually, but here we are. There are a lot of people who would get up here and talk about how much we've lost or how much they regret about this year, but I prefer to look at what we've gained. You know, if this situation had never happened, we never would have realized what a beautiful community we live in. Perry Township has truly rallied around its seniors. I mean, the amount of love and support that I and the rest of the class of 2020 has received from even complete strangers is amazing. It really goes to show what a wonderful community we live in, and how even in the most difficult of times, people are willing to come together and just help others. I am unimaginably grateful to everyone who has shown so much kindness during this time. Yes, this time has been difficult, but if we had never gone through these difficulties, I don't think we would ever truly appreciate this township. You know, I like to think of difficulties as something that makes you stronger. You know, things in life will change. You know, you can't always predict every single thing, and if you try to predict everything and plan everything, then you'll just be stuck, unable to do anything when life changes. Life moves and flows in all sorts of different directions that we could never predict. And I really think that this experience has taught that to us and has given us a chance to go out into the world a better class of 2020. You know, we know now how to change our plans, how to become better people, and face anything that life throws at us. And also, I would like to take a second and acknowledge how difficult e-learning has been for the teachers, but also how well they've risen to the challenge. Without the hard work of these teachers, there would be no way that as a school district we would have been able to cope with these changes. They really have shown their dedication to their work and their dedication to their kids. I know I've been impressed with how well my teachers have made assignments online and how available they've made themselves for any sort of questions or anything like that. And just thank you for that, teachers. You are great. We appreciate you so much. I would never thought I would miss going to school. I always thought that not going to school would be great. You know, I could sit at home and relax all day and that would be awesome. But it really hasn't been. After a few days of not going to school, I truly realized how much I enjoy being at school, how much I miss my friends and my teachers, how much I miss seeing other people and talking to people, even walking down the halls, you know, or going out. Driving to school is something that I never thought I'd enjoy, but I miss. a lot. This experience has made me appreciate my time at Southport High School more than I think anything else could. I'll miss walking down these halls. I'll miss going to class every day. This chapter of our lives has ended, albeit in an untimely way, but now we have to face the world. But I'm not afraid, and you shouldn't be either. I trust that my time at Southport has prepared me, and all of you, for whatever is to come in our lives. I would like to give a shout out to some of the truly special people in my life. Some of the people who have personally affected me and who I credit with helping me become the person that I am today. First and foremost, of course, I'd like to thank my family. My sister, who was valedictorian before me and inspired me with her determination and dedication. My father, who taught me to always embrace my creative side. And my mother, who always encouraged me to follow my passions. I've also had a few teachers who I believe deserve special recognition. It would be impossible for me to name every single teacher that's had an impact on my life. I think I count myself as very lucky that I've had a lot of really good teachers. But I can talk about some. Start off with Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, probably one of the best teachers that I've ever had. Not the best, but I won't say that because that would give you a big head. You've read probably every single college application or scholarship application or essay or anything that I've probably ever written. I even made you read the speech. Not this part though, this was a secret, like a surprise. So thank you for that. You're an amazing teacher and an amazing debate coach. Even though I know you hate being called a coach. Mr. Duncan, thank you for always being there, for answering my questions, for explaining any sort of things that I have curiosity about in chemistry or science in general. Mrs. Underwood, thanks for being the greatest guidance counselor that anyone could ever ask for. And lastly, Mr. Jones, thanks for always being a bright spot in my day. Things won't always be easy. We've already seen that this year. But we'll get through it just as we always have, together. We may be going our separate ways after high school, but we'll never truly lose the connections that we've gained. If nothing else, the lockdown has taught me this. The Southport community will stand behind its members always, no matter where they go. We'll always have a family to come back to right here.
Good evening. It is with great honor that I am able to address my fellow classmates and anyone else viewing this virtual graduation ceremony. On behalf of the class of 2020, I would like to start by thanking all of the parents, teachers, friends, and other supporters for everything they've done to help us get to this point in our lives. We all remember our time as underclassmen. So excited to be a senior, ready for prom and college and getting out of high school. So excited for our futures that we didn't even appreciate our time at Southport High School. I've been there, we all have, when high school looks a million miles long and you feel like you'll never leave. None of us expected that phone call on March 12th, essentially telling us that our time at Southport High School was over. There would be no senior prom, final spring sports season, senior day, or traditional graduation ceremony. Well, I say to the underclassmen, and to everyone listening to this speech, cherish your time, because you never know when something will come along, sending you on a completely different path than you had anticipated. But still, senior year is incredible. Most of the time you don't even have to come to school, and if you do, you have a lot more freedom than previous years. But senior year is bittersweet, and everyone says that and used to ignore them, but I'll tell you what it really feels like. Your last first day of school. You see a lot of your friends for the first time in months. You're engulfed by the madness of passing periods in the cafeteria, struggling through all seasons of the year as you hike all the way to the main office doors after an unassigned period. Fire drills and tornado drills and lockdowns with 20 of your close friends huddled in the corner of the room. But this is it. Your last high school sports game, front row of the student section all season long, chanting and yelling and dressing up for every theme. Some nights it's warm, others numbingly cold. Then your team loses and you've witnessed the cardinal fly for the last time, and you realize this is it. Athletes on the court, field, or track for the last time. Pre-game huddles, running or dribbling or swimming, hearing the crowd yell, teammates cheering each other on. Now, the court is empty, the field is dark, the game is over. Your time as a Cardinal has come to an end, and you realize this is it. Your last winter break, celebrating the holidays with your family and friends. No one remembers what you were talking about then, but from now on it'll be how have you been and I've missed yous. Those quiet nights alone in your room watching Netflix, taking for granted the loved ones less than a few steps away. And after it's come to an end, that's when you'll realize this is it. Everything you've known, pizza rolls in the freezer, cereal in the pantry, passing the Cardinal Stadium on your way to school every day, this is where you grew up. The way your dad sits in his favorite chair, the way your mom looks after a rough day at work, bickering with your siblings, making cake pops with your childhood best friend, cuddling with your dog while you watch TV, knowing your way around, because this is where you've lived your whole life. And as much as you would like to get away from high school and the drama and all the feelings of being stuck that come with living with your parents, this is home. This is what you know, and this is it. Graduation day. It was supposed to be the last time you would talk to 90% of the people you knew, walking around in red and white robes and square hats. But for the first time in history, our families will be watching from cars as we get to walk across the stage, a thing that not all high school seniors are getting to experience this year. Thank you, Perry Township. But as you accept your diploma that you've worked 13 years for, you think, this is it. And you know now that you're on your own in this world, and there's a big, long life ahead of you, and you choose the direction you'll go. You'll get to go out and choose a career and learn how to do taxes and take out a loan for college. Life is starting, a whole new chapter. And even though you don't feel ready just yet, you're doing it. And this is your life. So before you go rushing through it, remember, this is it. This is what it feels like.
Mr. Mapes, members of the school board, parents, students, community members who may be watching this. As principal of Southport High School, I certify that everyone in this presentation this evening is in good standing and has met all the requirements established by the state of Indiana and Perry Township schools and is now eligible to graduate.
Fellow seniors, please join your class officer in the changing of the tassel.
The changing of the tassel from right to left traditionally signifies graduation.
Place your right hand on your tassel.
Class of 2020, you are now graduates.
Thank you for watching this evening. Seniors, it's been a great 6 years. Getting to know you guys, watching you grow from goofy 7th graders to the wonderful young men and women you are today has been an amazing journey and some of my favorite parts of my career. Graduates, as you leave Southport, remember the community who is here with you. Southport is a special place, not just because of the students and staff or mentors who work inside these walls, but also because of the great Cardinals who walk the halls before you and are currently here with us. Leave here with pride that you are and always will be a Cardinal. Thank you.